Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-December 2023 right through to mid-January 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in your way. I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, and they're showing me an image of a pair of scissors. Okay, so, I mean, symbolically, that can indicate some of you are in the stages of preening, perhaps, changing your wardrobe or your look in some way. It could also indicate that you're cutting things out that no longer serve a purpose in your world, or cutting a cord with a person. Or I'm being given a very interesting energy that's coming from it. It's an energy of cutting out any distractions and really focusing on the things that you want, and really, paying no attention to anything that comes to derail you or distract you from your goal. So perhaps that's the phase of life that you feel like you're in right now, that you are, almost paying attention to your landscape and cultivating that landscape, almost like deadheading the roses so that you can blossom and bloom and truly be seen for the gift that you truly are in life. So I definitely get this energy of change. I mean, look at that, the scythe. So yeah, I mean, that's the equivalent of, scissors. It's like cutting things out. Well, this literally cultivates a landscape, okay? It's sorting the wheat from the chaff. So I definitely see that you're in that energy right now, and this is creating space for someone new to enter the mix. So some of you, a deep period of personal development and growth, you've been focusing on yourself at this time. It's not that you're not interested in love. I feel like you're more focused on your own projects, on creating stability in your world. And, we're in an ever-changing world at the moment. Things are fluctuating, and although, there's some really good stuff to come in 2024. It will be a bit of a bumpy ride for the collective, and I feel like you are creating stability and preparing the way, because the scythe, that's your protagonist energy, and that really is about cultivating your landscape to prepare the way for new growth. And I definitely see that things are changing for you for the better in your world. Yeah, look at that. Sudden improvements happening in your love life, because this, of course, is a singles love reading. But I can see overall that your life is changing for the positive, okay? Now, of course, we've got the park there as well. So some sort of invitation or event that you'll attend, because the park is to be a little bit more sociable. So some of you in the next couple of weeks are going to be either attending a party or an event, or you're going to be mingling with somebody or people in general, but I feel there is a potential for you to meet somebody new, okay, especially since we have the stork there. Storks are all about new arrivals. Now, of course, they can be connected to pregnancy. So some of you may hear about a friend being pregnant, or, a relative perhaps, and this may be a sign that you're about to meet someone new. This news coming in, it could be a sign that your life is about to change and you're about to meet somebody that you will have a high level commitment with, okay? Now, looking at your chart, I can see that you have been thinking of new, bold, and daring ways to approach love, because I feel the same old stuff is just a little bit dull and boring. You're a little bit fed up of the dating scene. Some of you may have withdrawn from that dating scene. Yeah, look, the Hermit energy there. I'm just going to go and get one more card for you. We have the High Priestess. So I'm just tapping in with my guides. Do they want another? Okay, I just heard one more for the win. One more for the win. Okay, so, okay, haha. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. So that's your sudden change of events. Interesting that both cards in different decks, they mean sudden change for the positive. So I feel like you'll meet someone new by surprise, but you've been preparing that space with this card. Now, as I said, this card is all about, sorting that wheat from the chaff. It's also about sudden endings. So some of you, especially since you have the snake there in the resistance position, some of you beautiful Aquarians, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, some of you may have been in a high-level commitment in the past, and it really disappointed you, let you down, and some of you have got trust issues, around that going forward. Now, it doesn't mean that someone betrayed you. It can mean that you're mistrustful of love because you've had an experience that hurt you. And I feel that you've been processing this and healing this, especially since the stork is number 17. Number 17 is important because it's the star energy. So this is really about letting yourself be seen, but you've been in a period of personal development and growth and healing. A time for clarity, a time for meditation, and really finding peace and serenity in your world. And I feel like you're just eradicating drama and, other people's stuff, right? I feel like you are just saying, well, that's your stuff. That's not mine. I'm going to focus on my own path. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's number 10 there, which is really exciting because, of course, the Wheel of Fortune is number 10, and that is a changing cycle for you. So you're entering into an arena where you are finding a little bit more fun and spontaneity in your world, because I feel now this energy has shown up for everybody, okay, for the collective. Each sign I've done, there's this heavy sort of energy that's showing up. The world is difficult. Right? It's been difficult for many, many eons, of course, but the level of craziness have ramped up in the last couple of years, and I feel that heaviness going on in the collective. And some of you are like, well, where's the fun at? So I definitely see with the Fool card here that you are wanting to get out more. Some of you may have been a bit of a homebody or feeling a little bit stuck in a rut and really helpless to change your circumstances right now. And some of you may have even been, a little bit shy. And because the dating scene is a bit oversaturated and you may have been looking, however, there's no one there who's just got that spark, that thing that you're looking for. But the universe is actually aligning you with a meeting with somebody. We'll see with the Celtic cross there where this may be and, a timeline, because this reading is good for the next 6 weeks. And as you can see there's suddenly an arrival, someone new coming into your life there. But this is your protagonist energy. 8 is the number of the self. That is a strength card. So you've been focusing on your own needs. You've just been doing you, okay? And I feel like you are gaining more confidence, even if you're shy. This new person who comes in is just going to feel organic, natural, and familiar, like you just know each other. It's just really easy to talk to this new person because I definitely see there is someone new coming on in. And for those of you who are currently talking to someone new, and it's a very small percentage that I'm getting, it's almost like 3% actually, which is quite small energy that I've got coming in. Some people ask me, how do you know the percentages? Well, I'm kind of just guessing at the percentages because I can feel the increase of the energy that comes through a reading, and it's quite a low energy, like not even like barely traceable is what I'm feeling. So if you are talking to someone new at the moment, I definitely see that you and this person, you really will not take it to the next level until next year, okay? And I feel like they are divinely guided towards you, and I feel suddenly everything starts to really slot into place next year, but you're going to enjoy yourselves getting to know each other on a deeper level along the way, okay? Now this card, as you can see, maturity. So some of you may be wondering about age. Age is definitely not a factor when it comes to love. Society has built up this like really toxic idea that once you're over a certain age that you're invisible, and that's not true at all, okay? Love, there is no divides, there's no boundaries. Of course, there's healthy boundaries that you must have within yourself, because if you don't set a boundary, people who are takers, they certainly have no boundaries and they'll happily help themselves, towards anything that you're giving. So I feel like you have been erecting those healthy boundaries. However, love knows no divide. So it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your circumstance. If love is meant to find you, and it is, it will find you, because what is meant for you will never pass you by. And I can see the energy shifting in your favor to bring you in someone who is a perfect match, okay? Now, of course, humans, nobody is perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect in some areas of our life. And I feel You're going to meet someone who's had actually a very similar journey that you've had in life. So there is like a common ground. Now we do have the snake. It's in the resistance position. So it's kind of like where you want it to be, because you're overcoming any hardship. And I feel also there's an energy here of you overcoming trust issues and recognizing that not all love hurts. The right person is not going to hurt you. Sometimes we are sent lessons to teach us about having healthier boundaries, or being a gift, that you are a gift, in order to nourish yourself and, recognize that we tend to meet unhealed person because it's meant to trigger unhealed parts of ourselves so that we can process it and be the best version of ourselves, okay? Now, of course, the snake in this position can also represent, that nothing's been happening for quite some time. You're at a stagnant state where it just feels like you're immobile. You may be in a repetitive cycle where it's just the same old routine every day and nothing new or nobody new really sort of enters the mix. Well, you're coming out of that cycle. There's an energy here of more motivation to put yourself in a circumstance to meet someone new. But also I feel there's a gathering. And perhaps it's the period that we're in right now. This tends to be a period where people are winding down the year. They're sort of taking stock of what's gone on, and they're a little bit more relaxed to some degree. Of course, financially, some people may be a little bit more stretched during this period, but it's really about coming together and, looking back and being with good people, good company, and celebrating ourselves. And I feel a lot of you may have invitations during this period or events to go to that would not normally be present in the everyday. So I do see some changes going on there, and that is reflected collectively for everybody. It is something that's showing up in all of the readings. However, for you, I feel like you are going to be almost like unprepared for meeting this new person, because I feel suddenly this new beginning is coming towards you. And I feel like you're so done with 2023 in general that you're actually launching yourself into 2024 with quite a spring step. And I feel with it comes more excitement, more fun, more opportunities for attraction is what I see here. With the full card being in the resistance position, it will go into the upright by the end of the 6 weeks. So that tells me that you will be a little bit lighter in your step. What I mean by that is, there's going to be a little bit more fun, a little bit more spontaneity, a little bit more like impromptu events or impromptu energy that sort of is channeled through you. And you're going to, it's almost like you're going to take a chance on love again, is what I see. And this card can also indicate that some of you in the past, you may have met immature people who were not, spiritually evolved and emotionally available enough to offer you the love that you truly deserve. Now, I feel like you are recognizing that, and you are sort of distancing yourself from that past and moving forward. And that's why this is quite exciting, because we do have the park energy here, okay? Now, for some of you with the hermit involved, it can indicate some of you are going to attend a spiritual event or a spiritual fair or, some sort of class or learning that is connected to your personal development and growth. And there's a high potential for you to meet someone there. However, some of you, I feel you've been in a bit of a hermit mode for a while, that it's hard to get out of that, okay? If there's an invitation that's coming in, some of you may impromptuly, if that's even a word, decide to attend it. But it may be something that you initially think about not going to. And I feel intuitively, you have like a hunch that maybe you should go. That's your guides sort of nudging you that it's time to get out of the funk and get yourself out there and be seen. And with the park energy, it's number 20. So that's judgment card territory. And that can indicate that some of you are having a bit of a wake-up call in your life, and you're looking at time flying on by and saying, you know what, life's too short. I'm going to get out there, I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to be my wonderful, authentic self. And the right person is actually going to be put in your path, and there is a romantic frisson between you and this person. But they could also be connected in some way to your life's purpose or mission, okay? Because I feel a lot of you have been focusing on your projects, your responsibilities, and also your true life's path, your true north. So that has taken up a lot of your time. But this card in the LENORMAND deck, it means, some sort of meeting. It also means like crowds or networking or retreat or even a party or an event. It doesn't matter what it is, but you'll attend it. And I feel that changes everything, because this card is like sudden change after a long period of waiting and nothing has happened, okay? So I feel some of you have just been watching and waiting and seeing if there's anybody out there. This card means transition. It means improvements and movements, but it also means, you know, that you've been keeping your eye on things, or perhaps you're going to have your eye on somebody, and suddenly there is change. Now, for example, I am getting this energy coming through, and I have to honor it because it's about 20% actually. Some of you may already have your eye on somebody. It could be a flirtation in the work environment, or someone in the community, or if you're retired, it could be someone that you met traveling, or it could be someone who is in your community that you see from time to time, or even a neighbor. Whatever it is, if you've got your eye on somebody, I feel that there is some sort of movement in that area. So for those people, and that's not going to resonate with everyone, I will tap into that energy. If you have, you know, a crush on somebody, I'm just going to see how it's going, or how it will go. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands there. Okay, so I feel they are very guarded. Some of them may have been in a high-level commitment in the past, and they're healing from it. Again, I feel like there's some sort of common ground there. The Ace of Swords, there will be some communication. There will be a breakthrough there, and I feel this person will step up. I feel there is a high-level commitment potential with this person. 9 of Wands, it's like both of you being a little bit cautious. Do they, don't they? Is there, you know, that little dance that people do when they kind of like someone, they notice all the signs, the body language, like, you know, their face is flushed. They get a little bit like, not embarrassed, but they get a little bit heated, and their eye pupils dilate, and they get a bit fidgety, or they look away. Suddenly you catch them looking. You know, I feel there's this little dance that's going on between you and this person at first, but there is a breakthrough. There is a communication, a deep conversation here. And I feel, you know, there's a powerful connection between you and this person. And with the Emperor there, I feel like they're a little bit guarded, don't get me wrong, but I also get this energy that this person, they're focusing on their projects. They have a lot on their plate right now, but I feel like there will be some flirtation going on there. Let me just see one more before I move on. Okay, yeah. We have the 4 of Cups. Okay, now the 4 of Cups can indicate that there is an expectation there, and that expectation may not be met. And we've got the Chariot card here. So I feel, especially since there's this little dance between you and this person, I feel like it has the potential to be something, definitely. But I feel there is also a new person in the mix coming in, and you may have to choose. So that's your call. You'll choose the person that your heart really wants. But I feel this person, because they have been hurt, I feel like they've been trying to discourage themselves from getting involved in a high-level commitment for some time, but they cannot deny the connection. They cannot deny the frisson, okay? I feel with the 4 of Cups there that I feel it has the potential to turn into something, but it will be a long time waiting. And in the meantime, I feel that you will actually meet someone new as well. But I feel there is a breakthrough in this connection. And what I mean by that is that this person is going to open up a little bit more. I feel like there is a connection that is undeniable between you and this person. However, they are very guarded. It's like they're not looking for love at this time, because the 4 of Cups, my guides really want to highlight it to you there. You know, this figure, their arms are crossed. So it means, you know, you're offering your beautiful love to this person, and they're like, just not now. Okay, and then the Chariot card comes into the mix, which means then they will overcome whatever it is they're going through, and they'll be a little bit more open to move forward with it, and you'll reach your goal. So I just want you to be aware that there is a shift happening in that. However, this person, just be a little bit careful about your expectation with this person, because this person's going to take it real slow. Okay, now for all of those beautiful Aquarians out there who have not been talking to someone new or don't have a crush on somebody, you have been going through that deep period of personal development and learning a lot about you, about what you want in love, what you will accept, what you will not accept, and also what it is that you're manifesting. Okay, as you can see here, there's a hand and there's a dream catcher in that hand. So I definitely see that you are visualizing a future with somebody. It's so important. Thoughts become things. And I really hope that people start to really understand that thoughts become things, because it sends an energy vibration out there. Okay. And, you know, many years ago, and I've said this before, so please forgive me if you've heard it, but many years ago, I flippantly said to a friend, we were watching a TV show. I was like, wow, you know, one of the actors on that show, I was like, wow, who's that? They're like, I would love to have someone like that, okay? And they were not playing a very nice character. However, visually, they were very attractive. So many, many years ago, I was very, very sort of like on the surface, but it was a flippant comment to my friend. I did not expect the universe to deliver someone who looked nearly identical to that actor. And even the person had the same name as the character. The real life person that I met had the same name as the character, the first name, not the surname. And I was like, whoa, this law of attraction stuff really does work. However, later on down the line, and not too far down the line actually, within a couple of months, I recognized actually this person's just like the character from the movie, or the TV show rather, and they were not a nice person, okay? However, it all played out and it was very horrible and really messy. But my point is, thoughts become things. Words are spellings. They are uttered out to the universe, and the universe is listening. So I feel it's really important, especially before bed, that you sort of tell the universe via a visualization or an uttering of words what it is you desire, okay? And be very careful, because the universe will deliver exactly what you ask for, because they certainly, delivered exactly what I asked for in that moment, even though I didn't really think it through. I didn't want a person who was a very, not a nice character, someone who was just selfish and, untrustworthy and all of those things. I didn't even think about the fact that that character was what I was manifesting. But now I'm highly, acutely aware of what I'm asking for and what I'm visualizing. And I feel this is something that you, as you mature, are starting to recognize in your own life. And you're going to see the law of attraction very powerfully working for you, especially in 2024. But you're going to see something happening at the end of this year as well. Now, we do have the High Priestess, so a lot of you are developing your spiritual gifts, but this card can indicate that you're in between worlds a little bit, that you are, really checking in with your intuition, you're developing that intuition, and some of you are really trying to understand love. What is that thing? Is it just chemistry? Is it a connection? Is it a bond? Is it an otherworldly experience? Is it something that is, how can I put that? Is it describable? Is it like something tangible for you? Because for you right now, it seems to be like a pipe dream, but it's not. It's going to become your reality, okay? So a lot of you are seeking answers, and I feel wherever you're going to meet this person, you're in a group of people, that's for sure. That's your overarching energy. But some of it may connect to spirituality, or some of you may be like going on a course of learning. This could be you learning about yourself, personal development, because they give me the word development. So this could also mean that you're about to meet someone and it will develop into something more special. But we've got the Wheel of Fortune there. So that is suddenly your world is turned upside down in a good way, and the universe delivers. So this is fate intervening with your destiny. There's going to be a lot of synchronicities. Pay close attention to double numbers, to street names or place names, or just things in general, because the universe is sometimes sending us a sign about a person or a situation, and then suddenly everything starts to slot into place. Right before I met that person, bizarrely, I used to walk down this particular street that was kind of new to me, and I would see a street that was this person's name, and I was like, it was all like signs from the universe. And eventually, every morning, I heard a little voice when I was with that person that said, "This is not my life." And I was like, what's that voice? Where's that coming from? Because I hadn't really, I kept pushing away my spiritual journey. I was very scared of it. So I kept thinking, what was that? Is that me? That doesn't sound like my voice. It was like, this is not my life. And I didn't really listen. And then the universe sent me a tower moment and said, "You listen now?" And I was like, yeah, I got it. I got the red flags. I saw them. I've collected them all in a basket. I ignored them. And now I will never forget them. So I feel some of you may have been going through something very similar, okay? But things are about to change for you. It's almost like a rebirth, a new lease of life for you. Suddenly you are inspired to get out there and meet someone new. And I feel like you're leading with your passion. Yeah, Two of Wands tells me you've been waiting for a long time. And some of you may have even been connected to someone in the past who kept you hanging. someone who came in occasionally, then left, or, ghosted you in some way. And, sometimes that's the hardest thing, because you have to give yourself closure on a situation. And it can leave you like a wound open for quite some time, because you're wondering, well, what happened there? What's going on? And yeah, look at that 9 of Wands there. Okay, so I feel like you are leaving that difficulty, that sadness, that for some of you, loneliness, not all of you, but I feel you've become very independent. You're living life on your own terms, and you're learning to enjoy yourself and your single life and find happiness within you. And that's when you have created space for someone new to come in. Because remember, a relationship is an extension of your happiness. Happiness comes from within. If you're not happy within your own skin, then you certainly will not be happy in a relationship with somebody else. So I feel a lot of you have been going through that very deep process, and that deep process is difficult. Okay, it can feel lonely. It can feel isolating sometimes. But what's interesting, and sometimes we don't realize it, is that collectively, as we awaken, we're all going through it together. So there is a common energy that runs through us all. Now, we do have that 6 of Swords for you. You're being guided to somebody new. We got the 5 of Pentacles there. We've got the 10 of Swords. Let's see the outcome energy for you. We have the Page of Swords. Curiosity, speaking to somebody new. So, and again, this is quite interesting. Perhaps this is a period where people feel like changing aspects of their life or their self, because a lot of signs are meeting someone where you learn something. Okay, so whether that's learning about, upskilling or gaining new knowledge on a craft or a skill that you have, or whether it's going back to college, or whether it's spiritual development and learning more about yourself. For some of you, you may even meet a person who is a teacher or a mentor. They may help other people, because I get this really wonderful energy from this new person that's coming in. Now, I can see that you will be talking to someone new. I'll have to pull a card to see how it will develop in 2024, because right now what they're showing me is it's love. It's a high-level commitment. But let's get to your cards. Your starting position in the Celtic Cross is the King of Fire, the King of Wands there, okay? So this is about passion. You're leading with your passion, but also you're influencing your circumstances. This is your energy, because it's your starting position. So suddenly you may feel like you have a lot more energy, and you have a lot more curiosity about who may be out there. This is also a card of being really busy, of happening to life and not allowing life to happen to you. I get a sense here that you are being bold, and you're being your wonderful, charming, authentic self, and you're learning that you have that sparkle, that magic within you, and that nobody can dull your shine unless you allow that person to do that. You're finding that confidence within yourself to say, no, I will not accept that, and I will not allow you to change my energy. Because sometimes when you shine so bright, and you do, my beautiful Aquarians, people want to dull your shine because they feel next to you a little bit inadequate, okay? That's their own insecurities and their own unhealing, shall we say. And I feel some of you have met people like that in the past. And I feel now you are taking back the power and having the courage to let yourself be seen in all your glory. And that's changing your vibration to meet this new person, okay? Now, what's crossing you? We have the 2 of Wands. You've waited a long time. A lot of you are building security in your own world. You've been learning to be very independent, to find happiness within yourself, and to travel, see the world. And I feel you haven't been really like darning your socks by candlelight at the window, hoping for love to pass on by and bid you good night. I feel like you've actually been, focusing on projects, on exciting things, focusing on your life's mission, and trying to bring a little bit more fun and excitement into your life. But I also feel some of you are thinking about getting out of the home space because you may have been a bit of a homebody. Now, if, for example, it's hard for you to get out there right now due to any circumstance, some of you may even think about online dating because you are an air element. So for some of you, it may really appeal to you to get online dating. And whilst you may have felt it was oversaturated in the past, now is the time to meet someone new. You may be connecting to someone on an online forum. It doesn't have to be like a dating app. So some of you are curious about new things, and I feel you're being guided to a place where you can meet this new person. So whether it's you getting out of the home, because this person is literally sitting on top of the roof. So that's kind of like symbolizing you're getting out there, you're seeing the world, or you're curious about what the world has to offer. Sometimes this card can indicate, what are you waiting for? Get out there, be seen, because the universe wants you to be attracted to this person because you're a match. And there's going to be a natural frisson between you and this person. Now, also, some of you, world circumstances, because this figure has the world in her hands, and again, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. There's an energy here of the world may have shifted your perspective on love in itself, and the energy is very dense in the world right now. There's a lot of, difficult vibes to deal with, and you are an empath, and you're picking up those vibes all the time, so you may have felt that your emotions have been fluctuating, and you've been dealing with a lot because there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, and some of you may have felt like you've been put on pause for the last couple of years because everything shifted. However, somehow everything still feels like the same, but you're feeling a bit stuck. And it takes a lot to try and get out of that funk. And I feel some of you have been finding it really difficult. However, you're going to move through that energy, and 2024 is going to be a great year for that as well. Now, what's deep down? This is your manifestation. You've got the Magician card here. Thoughts become things. That's why they gave me that energy right at the beginning of your reading. I feel like you're a little bit more focused on finding love. It's not that you haven't wanted to find love, but I feel perhaps you've been so busy you have not made it your priority at this time. But things are changing, and I definitely see that the universe is going to come through for you and send you someone out of the blue. But you have been manifesting this. Deep down, I feel like you've been changing your vibrations to focus a little bit more on self-care, and finding love is also an act of self-care. So I definitely see it's something that you are connecting to. Now, in the past position, we've got the Nine of Wands, caution, hardship, and circumstances that made you feel very unsettled or uncertain as to where you stand in a relationship with a person. All that sadness and pain, you're leaving it in the past. This is the past position. But you're not giving up on love. You haven't allowed, any circumstances that you've experienced to harden your heart. And that's important. That's one of the most important lessons, because as we get older, the responsibilities get heavier, and we sort of like lose touch with that playful inner child, okay? And it's really hard to reconnect, but I feel actually you have been trying to reconnect, and you are, connecting on a deeper level to what interests you. So for example, some of you, you may return to things that you used to do, that you used to love, but you don't do it anymore. Whether it's like, cozy up in bed and watch a movie as the rain pelts down on the window. Whether it's, sit in your car and listen to music really loud and just sort of like shake the car up. Whether it's, go out to a museum by yourself, or whether it's, take a walk in nature, or even just, sit there and have a good book and sit in a coffee store. Whatever it is, I definitely see that you're changing your world. It's almost like I know this card is like the Nine of Wands, but the energy I'm getting is it's almost like you're starting to romance your world a little bit and to reconnect to that sense of fun and, this sense of lightheartedness that perhaps you feel has been missing from your world for quite some time. And it can be because of the world circumstances, all the crazy things we've all just been through, right? So we've got the Five of Cups as your potential position. Now, the Five of Cups is a card of lament. It's about, processing loss or even shortages and difficulties. So some of you have been looking at the disappointments you've experienced in life, and you're letting them go. I mean, this is another card of letting the things that, have served their purpose in our life to teach us lessons. They've bloomed, they've blossomed, and they've left. And now it's time to detach from that and let it go, because the universe is sending you something that's more healthy, something that's going to bloom and blossom and stick around. And sometimes we get so focused on the past that we stifle our present moment, because humans, we're fascinating creatures. We spend a lot of the time thinking about the past, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, the things we should have said, things we should have done. That person said that to me. Remember that time I had fun? Remember that time that I didn't have fun? And also, we think about the future, the things we want, the goals. Sometimes we need to just pause and take stock of the moment and really try to enjoy the time that we have in this moment. Because the past is an illusion. It's gone. It happened. We can't go back there. The future hasn't happened yet. So we set ourselves up for that future by living in this moment. And I feel you've been going through that process, and it's very, very difficult, but I feel like you're doing really well with it. So, be really proud of yourself. The universe is sending you someone new. The Two of Cups is yet to appear. That's what happens in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. That's why I love the Five of Cups in that deck, because it really tells that story of you've had an experience and it did not meet your expectation. It disappointed. I'm just going to go and get that card for you. And you lament it. And sometimes you lose a taste for it because it left a bitter taste in your mouth, or an experience that perhaps didn't work out. For example, if you've never had a relationship with anybody and you've been wondering why is that not worked out for me? Sometimes we can look at love like, you know what, forget it. Forget it. It's never going to work for me. So you kind of stop looking because you feel it's not showing up for you. And you're not aware that the universe is about to send you a divine counterpart just when you least expect it. And that's why I kind of like the Five of Cups, because the universe is saying, I got your back. Just turn around and you'll see. And as you can see there, that figure, those 3 cups, it's like expectations have not been met. This figure, you know, is lamenting the fact that it didn't work out. And the universe is saying, surprise, 2 more cups are arriving for you. 2 of Cups is love. It's a union. It's an attraction. And it's a bond between 2 people where there is reciprocity, friendship, loyalty, and trust. And both of you decide to take this journey of life and love together. And that's what you are vibing at right now. That's the potential that you have to tap into. Now, in the near future, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is being at your personal best. You can't be anybody in this moment. You are awesome. You're exactly the way that you're meant to be. And the right person is going to love you for all of that. Okay. Also, as you can see, this figure has got all those experiences etched on their skin. Every experience we have is absorbed by our muscles, our emotions. You know, trauma is held in the body for many, many years until we process it and release it. And as you can see, this figure is releasing themselves, not forgetting the experiences because they were important. They shaped who this person is. It made this person strong enough to not give up, strong enough to say, you know what? I'm not allowing these experiences to prevent my future happiness. And I definitely see that some of you, if you've been stuck, especially in a cycle of repeat, because sometimes humans, you know, myself included, we can all build our own cage, right? We can get ourselves stuck in a routine where we are in a repetitive and comfortable cycle of repeat, and we feel, you know what? Maybe tomorrow I'll change. Maybe tomorrow. Then suddenly a year has passed. And I definitely see that you are having a bit of a wake-up call. And I feel like you are coming out of that cycle where you are releasing yourself from the cage. Okay, this is what that literally means. Also, the Seven of Fire is an interesting energy because it's not conforming. Just because everybody's getting into a relationship, you're not going to get into a relationship. You're not settling for second best. Also, I feel because you've had the power to wait for the one, you will be delivered the one. And as you can see here with this Six of Swords, I feel you're being guided. You've been really tested, don't get me wrong. Six of Swords is a card of tests. And I feel like you have found this calm stillness within you. And some of you have been through very traumatic experiences in the past. Not all of you, but some of you. And you've learned, almost like been conditioned to expect trouble in a love relationship or expect the worst in a situation so that you don't be disappointed if it happens. Well, this card indicates you're being guided away from that now. Some of you are actually, you know, about to explore new lands when it comes to love. And this figure has an anchor. You're going to settle down with this new person. And I feel there's like a long line of ancestors that walk by your side right now that are guiding you to the person who is going to love you in the way that you deserve to be loved. Okay. Now we do have the Five of Pentacles. So the external circumstances, as you can see, there's a cage there. I was just talking about it. I mean, there's 2 cages in your chart at the moment. So this is really kind of processing something that perhaps had the potential to bloom and blossom into something, but it got cut short quite quickly. And it really disturbed your equilibrium, and it really caused a lot of heartbreak or sadness. And for some of you, not all of you, and I just want to clarify, this has happened before you came to this reading. Some of you beautiful Aquarians out there, I'm sending you so much love, so much hugs. And, you know, I wish I could just scoot you all up and just give you a hug. Some of you are grieving the loss of a loved one, okay? And I'm sending you so much love out there. And for some of you, you're like, the last thing on your mind right now is finding a love relationship. I totally get it, okay? And when the moment is right, when you feel healed, when there is some sort of settled energy, because of course, that is a very difficult thing to experience. And No words can ever comfort, okay? It'll be a process. Many, well, not many, but, this year, my family lost someone who is very important and dear to us as well. So I totally, to some degree, understand that level of shock, especially when it's sudden. So if some of you have been going through that, I'm sending you so much love, as I said there. And, it comes in waves. We all know that, okay? That's human nature. It comes in waves. So with respect, I'll detach from that energy. But I'm getting this energy of, when the moment is right, the right person will also appear. So if you're not in the right frame of mind right now to receive love, then know that, there is still a chance. And this new person who's coming in, they will come in when the moment is right for you, okay? But for the rest of you beautiful Aquarians, the majority energy I've got coming in, you're going to meet someone very, very soon, okay? And I feel that there are people in spirit guiding you towards this new person, okay? I feel some of you have been put on pause when it comes to love because you've been encouraged to go through a period of personal development and enlightenment, and it can feel very uncomfortable, but I feel like that pause button is like being unpaused. It's really weird because I looked down, and of course I can't prove this, but I looked at the page of swords there and I saw pause of swords, okay? So it's like this person who's coming in, they were always meant to meet you, but the moment had to be right, okay? Now this is the hope and a fear position. Now the Ten of Swords, it's basically an end of something. It can be a point of epiphany where you suddenly realize that, you have to end an old way of thinking or an old way of doing. You have to come out of the comfort zone and come out of the routine, the repetitive cycle. But also the Ten of Swords can indicate a lot of you're under a lot of pressure, okay? You may feel, especially if you're at like a gathering of people, they're like, oh my gosh, you're still single? And you're like, yeah, I'm still single or whatever. Some of you can feel that people, they ask you the same sort of silly question all the time, and it may bug you. Well, very soon you're going to be able to say, actually, I'm in a relationship. So I feel that's coming for you in 2024. But I feel the fact that the Page of Swords has shown up for you in this reading, this reading goes to the second week of January 2024, okay? So I feel you're going to be talking to someone new and curious about someone new and getting to know someone very new. Pages are new energy. This person may be a little bit younger than you. Some of you may be a bit worried about that. This card can indicate anxiety, but also, it's in the hope and a fear position. So you read both sides. You read the upright and the reverse there, okay? So there is a new start on the horizon for you. And some of you are clearing space for that. But I feel some of you, you're learning that you can be free from patterns that no longer serve you. And it's been a process to, go through that because it's almost like cut. Next. Okay, that's the energy that I'm sort of getting from your reading, okay? And some of you are actually changing ancestral patterns and wounding. So for example, if you witness something in childhood, this is your first foundation of what it means to love, whether it's, a parent or guardian, or whether you grew up in care. Some of you are recognizing that your first experience of witnessing what it means to be in love, when you were a child, you witnessed those around you. It kind of influenced the way you operate in love. And you may not have realized it, but there may be a pattern in play. And a lot of you are, disconnecting from that pattern now, and you're freeing yourself up from that narrative because that's not your love story. This new experience that's coming in is your love story, and you're changing the script. That's the energy that I'm getting. We have that Page of Swords. Some of you are going to put yourself on a new course of learning, or you've booked a class or something to do, perhaps in the new year, because I'm getting this new year, new you energy. But also, this is a card that you're going to be not just curious about someone, but you're going to be getting to know someone you don't know, because this is a card of learning more about someone you don't know. Someone new. And I feel that this person, they're very intelligent, this person, just like you, my beautiful Aquarians. This person, very good conversationalist. This person is, how can I put that? This person pays attention. They're a really good listener. And I feel they're going to be very curious about you. There's going to be a wonderful conversation to start. And it's almost like, wow, this person's like, pretty awesome. Where have they been hiding for all of your life? And I get a sense, this person, they speak from the heart. This person, they may also be, they're giving me the word orator. So they may give either presentations, or they may be a mentor or a teacher, or they are really good with inspiring people. You know, so I definitely get a sense here that this person is very special and they've been laid out for you. So I can see that there is a high level commitment coming in, and the Page of Swords is to talk, the initial stages of talking to somebody and having a bit of a meeting of minds. And I feel that's what's coming for you in the next coming weeks. And let me just actually clarify. I did say I'll see how it will transpire, but the Five of Cups tells me it'll turn into a high-level commitment because the Two of Cups is present. The universe is sending you someone new, and it will be a union. Can you please clarify this Page of Swords? It's almost like they wanted to give all of the cards to you, the whole deck. And it's like, because your love story, the whole of your love story will be tied up with this person. That's what I'm getting. We've got the Eight of Swords here, and we've got the Six of Swords, okay? If you're feeling stuck, you're being guided to this person. I mean, I feel like you're meant to meet this person, whoever this person is. But I feel like you have to come out of a comfort zone to meet this person. Let me see a little bit more. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Now, for some of you, you may be wondering if this is just like someone who is here today, gone tomorrow. But this person, I feel like they are a transformative love. I feel actually they're going to stick around. But I have to mention something. It's like you're being guided away from a player in your life or someone who is transient in your life to meet someone new. So again, I mean, there's a potential. There's two energies here. I have to mention that from the 13th of December, we do have Mercury retrograde, and that is a high time for exes turning up, trying to re-enter your life. So there is a potential for someone from your past or someone who is a player to enter your life. Nine of Swords, I feel like you don't really trust this person. You're very cautious about this person. This person's a bit of a nightmare, whoever this person is. They turn your world upside down and then they leave. But the universe is sending you this new person, and this is the start of something special. So I'm really getting this energy that this person, they're going to be part of your journey long term. This new person, I feel like anybody who's from your past, they remain there, okay? So, of course, if you want to heal something with somebody, there is a potential always. What I see here is that that person, they find it hard to stick around. They're not emotionally available to open up to the love that you truly deserve and desire. But this new person, they absolutely will. They stick by your side. My guys just said, there's your confirmation. And yes, we got the words commitment. Okay, so this is a high-level commitment. You'll marry this person for sure. You'll definitely move in with this person or settle down with this person. If you don't want to get married, of course, then you don't have to. But I feel this person, they are by your side. They're sent to you for a reason. And, you know, I definitely see that there is a contract, a binding contract, a soul contract between you and this new person who comes in. So it's quite exciting. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have... Aha. It's interesting that we got the word no, and we also got this rune here. So if there's anyone who is disloyal, has been disloyal to you in the past, because this rune is the destiny rune, okay? And when you get this rune, it can indicate that some of you have been shocked in the past with disloyalty, or you've had someone who did not step up in some way, who used... physical intimacy instead of emotional intimacy as a relationship. They were not available for the depth of emotion that you have available to offer. So it's a misaligned connection. And it's almost like no. Say no to disloyalty. Say no to anyone who does not respect your boundaries. And I feel... with the infinity sign, of course, it looks like a number 8 as well. You've been doing you, but I feel like there's infinite possibilities for you to meet this new person. I feel fate is intervening because this is a destiny rune. So they're highlighting if anyone has, you know, been given a second chance in your world. Interesting, my guys just made me put it over here on the Nine of Wands. I wasn't even thinking. And it's like say no to any red flags. And I feel, you know, Wheel of Fortune is stepping in to bring you this new commitment. But say no to anybody who has been given a chance by you, and they had their chance and they blew it. And if you gave them another chance and they blew it again, it means they didn't take your boundaries seriously the first time and the second time. And unless they go through a period of personal development and an ego death, then they're not going to take your boundaries serious the third time, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Aquarians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.